hope this is recording because I am trying to save this for YouTube later on. The intent and the goal of that is to make sure that I am testing this for some big news that is coming. I'm also going live on Instagram on this camera here, saying hello to all my IG people. And I really wanted to just announce some good news and some big news that's coming our way. Um, Recently, I have posted some information about our new collection, which was the Juneteenth collection. I'm actually wearing the Breaking Chains tee today, and also to let you all know that we are actually taking Faith Leisure live. The beautiful thing about that is that this message is one of those that it's actually for everyone. Okay, so Faith Leisure, yes, I started it as a clothing brand, and it's grown into something more than that. It's more than just clothes. It's a lifestyle. It's consistently choosing to get up every single day of your life and to choose to not give in to fear, to choose faith, to choose to live a life that is full of impact and promise and purpose, and in whatever gift you have been equipped to do or to have or to share with the others in the world. And so today I actually wanted to take a moment to share with you guys that yes, we are going live. We will actually be going to downtown Fayetteville, North Carolina this coming Friday for Fourth Fridays. So Fourth Friday is an event where a lot of people in the city come out. They see local vendors. They get to see local artisans. It's a lot of fun for your family and your friends. You can come out and enjoy the atmosphere and really take a moment to just relax from the every mundane things of life. And so I thought about it, and I really thought this might be an opportunity for us to share the story of Faith Leisure with the local community. As you guys know, I I believe God gave me the vision to take this message beyond just me. Yes, I am a believer. I love God. I love Jesus with my whole heart. However, I deal with fear just as much as everyone else does. Um, a lot of people see me and they think, oh, she's so confident and she can start a business and do all these things. But I'm here to tell you, especially in entrepreneurship, choosing to shut the fear up every single day is it's a task. It's being realistic. It's something that I have to choose to do every single day. And for you guys who are already walking in the faith, who are choosing to overcome your fears, your inner anxieties, your doubts, disbeliefs, it's so important that now in this season that we not only carry that same energy and that same passion for ourselves, but that we also share it with other people, because there's a lot of people out here right now that do not know um, how freeing it is to not be in fear. There's a lot of people out here that do not know, as a Christian, it's actually your duty to walk in faith. It's actually your duty to not be um, prisoner to fear. It's like giving someone $1 million and they never ever spend a dime of it because they don't understand the power of what it is that they have been given. However, Jesus died for each and every single one of us to not be in fear to anything in this world, because he's given us the word. He is the living word. He's given us the promise that when he comes back, he's coming back for us. And just like every single person in the Old Testament, from Joshua to David and Daniel, we nowadays in this present day and age are also charged with the commission to not be afraid, to not walk in fear, but to choose to walk in faith. So, this Friday, um, May 26th, we will be downtown going live, sharing this message all over the streets of Fayetteville. Anybody that walks up, is fair game. If you're here in Fayetteville and you want to give a go at it, please, by all means, come find me. Um, come grab me. I actually want to take this live, and I believe that is the heart of the podcast of Faith Leisure. Um, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a challenge because even tonight, I'm going live here on Instagram and on Facebook. And unfortunately, I'm not going Instagram live on the Faith Leisure page because about an hour and a half before I started the live, the page got hacked. And so I cannot even get into it at this moment, which is a little defeating, to say the least, but it's it's a part of entrepreneurship. And to be honest, as a Christian, I don't think the devil was really going to just sit back and let me carry the message of encouraging people to not walk in fear. Super easy. If I can be honest with you, one of the greatest weapons of warfare that the devil has had against believers is fear. Fear, doubt, and unbelief unknowingly, because it doesn't look like, an actual physical uh, weapon. We don't necessarily see it as the dangerous threat that it is. But fear, doubt, and unbelief and anxieties keep us from our blessings. They keep us from impacting others. And it also keeps us from being influential in our communities because we have to get to a place where uh, we choose to allow ourselves to be released from the shackles of whatever life is throwing our way or whatever we think we cannot do, so God can fully use us and take us to all of the world. I can't tell you right now how defeated I felt even today, going through orders, and I'm going to get to all of my all of the orders from this past weekend with the Saints and Legends, and the Juneteenth collection, which I'm wearing today. I'm going to actually get to you guys because I have a special announcement for you too. But today, even, I went, if I could show you guys, I went and planned out this whole video and was ready to go live. And then guess what? The Instagram page gets hacked. And I'm sure the devil is looking like, what she's going to do now. But you know what? I'm going to choose to shut the fear up, and I'm going to choose to walk in faith. So I'm going to go live on my own Instagram, and I'm going to go live on my own Facebook. And you know what? God's name will still get the glory. I remember when I first decided I wanted to start Faith Leisure and what that looked like for me. I was battling with a lot of things. I don't believe that I look the image of a lifestyle brand. Even my own testimony, which we'll get into later on in further episodes, I wasn't really even sure that I knew I was equipped and I was ready to share this with the world. But one of the best things I can say for everyone who is watching is that when you know God has placed something on your heart and he's giving you a vision, walk out in that. Like, your faith is great, but if you don't put it to work, it's dead anyway. You have to choose at some moment in time in your life to put feet to your faith and just walk it out. I mean, you know the song, Walk It Out. I mean, I know it's secular, but still, I mean, it's got a point. Just walk it out. If God put hey, Brad, I see you down there in Facebook. Brad, let me give a couple shout outs there. Brad and Tanya. I see you, Pastor Robert. Nice to see you today. What's up, Ingram? Nice to see you tonight. Chantel and Amber, all of you guys. I'm so glad you guys checked in. And I really want you guys to know that for you watching right now, you guys are actually getting the behind the scenes. You guys are the seed sowers to what Faith Leisure is going to be. I truly believe that with my whole heart. Like, I'm letting you guys know, we're not out here to beat Nike because there's some things you just shouldn't do. And we're not here to beat Adidas either because we don't dream of sports all day long, but we have a message and we have a savior and a redeemer that has carried us from the shackles of fear, anxiety, and unbelief into the freedom that we walk in now. And so that is why Faith Leisure was born. Hey, Nikki, nice to see you tonight, girlie. That is why we're walking in this now. So for each of you, I wanted to share not only a sincere thank you for everyone who reached out, everyone who supported the launch of the Juneteenth collection. Just so you guys can see, I'm wearing the Breaking Chains tee now. And just so everybody knows, everyone who ordered, we did have a small problem with USPS, but all of your orders are going out tomorrow. My honest truth, I promise you're going to get email messages. You're going to get shipping updates, each and every one of you. And I'm going to actually soon email each and every one of you a special gift because you are sowing and showing your faith and what God is doing in this hour. There's a lot of awakenings in the earth, but one thing I know is God does not want his people to be afraid. That is the last thing that he is looking for his people to be. It is time for the Daniels and the Rahabs and the Jaels to stand up and to take their rightful place as a peculiar people, a royal priesthood. And that doesn't mean that we have to be cowered behind our faith. And so I just wanted to say a great thank you to everyone who supported Faith Leisure this past week. If you're looking to get a Juneteenth shirt, you still have time. They will be available for sale up until June 1st. I think that's the day, the 1st of June. Not because we don't want to sell, but because we want everybody to have them shipped to you by no later than the 10th of June, so that you can wear your faith out loud on Juneteenth. So while we're here, and I have you guys here, if you guys would like to see the rest of the collection and you're in Facebook or Instagram, let me know. Just put a yes down in the chat, or just say thumbs up, something of that nature, so that I know. I really don't want to, because I know a lot of people can just go to the website, but I also know that I don't want to, okay, I see a thumbs up down there. I don't want to bore you guys because I'm just so excited about what God is doing here in the earth right now. So, and in each and every one of you, I see my mic is spiking, so I'm going to turn it down just a little. But if you guys want to see, hey, Pastor Keeley, good to see you tonight. This is so good. I'm so happy to see all y'all shining faces. But I also wanted to share with every single one of you what we're doing. So I see some thumbs up going up. So I'm just going to share very, very quickly the lineup. And I'm going to switch cameras for Facebook here just so you guys can see that. So everyone on Instagram, you can see me full frontal. This is the Juneteenth Breaking Chains collection. It says Breaking Chains since 1865. And for each one of you that ordered this, yours are going out first thing tomorrow. This is the black version. The white version looks just like this. It's the exact same thing, just in white. We also have the Strength of a Nation in white and black as well. For each of you, it just says the strength of a nation is the culture of its people. And we also have one of my personal favorites. It says Black by Demand. This is the Juneteenth, the third Juneteenth tee that we have. And this is the black version of it. It also comes in white as well. And you guys can also get those on the website. One thing in particular I wanted to make sure that I shared with you guys is the Saints and Legends collection, because it is near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to tell you guys why really quickly. So this is one of them. This is the Martin Luther King. Hey, Pastor Sharon, good to see you tonight. So nice to see everybody on. This is the Martin Luther King shirt. And it says here that faith is taking the first steps even when you don't see the whole staircase. This is one of our limited edition as well. Now, there are 3 others that actually go with that collection. There's the Rosa Parks, which is right now in person, it's all sold out, which is amazing because that means everyone has been supporting. So I don't have one here to show you, but you can definitely see it on the website at faithleisure.com. That's FaithLeisure, FaithLeisure. Leisure, LEISURE.com. There's one for Rosa Parks, there's one for Thurgood Marshall, and there's also one for Mary McLeod Bethune. And if you're wondering why did I choose these people, it's a great question. Here in the summer months, we celebrate Juneteenth, which was the liberation and the freedoms of all African Americans in the United States during the time of slavery. While slavery was actually ratified or released earlier, almost 18 months sooner than Juneteenth, it wasn't until that time that the message actually reached some slaves in Texas. And so it wasn't until these people had literally been free for 18 months and were still living in an enslaved culture and mindset because no one had told them or had revealed to them the freedom and the power that had been made available to them. And even in looking in that, one of the things that was so pivotal to me was that a lot of believers, in a sense, are living in slavery to fear, in slavery to bondage, oppression, depression, anxieties, and all kinds of things. I said fear already, um, but a lot of people don't know that you have been freed from that. Jesus came and set you free from the bondage of all of those things. And so I know a couple of people had asked me, like, oh, well, Faith Leisure is a Christian apparel line and a lifestyle brand, but how does that equate to like the Black message? Are you only doing it because it's Black people? And my answer to that is yes and no. And the reason why it's yes and no is because, number one, it's yes because when slavery was such a dark period of time for America, but Christianity was actually used against a lot of African Americans to keep them enslaved and to keep them in bondage. And the sad thing is, until they knew that they were free, they couldn't freely walk in that freedom. And so, just like many Christians today, we take the prayer of salvation, but we have yet to get somebody to explain to us the freedom that has been afforded to us by Jesus, by his death. And so one of the saddest things, I mean, there's a lot of sad things in the world. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of sad things out there. But one of the saddest things is to see a Christian, a born again believer, loving God, loving Jesus, still in bondage to fear. And so that is the heart of why Faith Leisure was started. It's a life, trust me, I'm telling you, this is not about just selling clothes. If I don't sell another shirt, it's okay for me. But I do want to sell shirts, don't get me wrong. But if I never sell another shirt, but the message that you have been bought and purchased at a price and you are free and truly free indeed through the price that Jesus paid, if I don't get that message out to someone who doesn't know it and doesn't believe it, all of this was for nothing. It doesn't matter how many shirts I've sold. And it's not just a t-shirt, Brandon. Guys, we have so many things in the works. We've got track suits on the way. We've got a vest, which is going to be called the Vest of Faith. It's actually going to be a very nice, like a business casual version that you can wear. It'll be very plain on the outside, but on the inside, it's going to have encouraging words in scripture that only the wearer can see when you part the vest. We've got a belt of truth for our special needs community. It's a very marginalized community that often gets overlooked in the fashion industry because people don't see them as, I guess you could say, big money, but Jesus sees everybody. Jesus sees everything, and every single one of us are important to him. So if you were wondering, if you've seen me post about Faith Leisure, but you're not kind of sure, or you had some questions about, oh, well, what is, is this just a way for her to make money? In a sense, it's not. In a really even bigger sense, it has nothing to do with me because I don't get glory from this. Only God does. When I see somebody, that sees me on the street or at work and they say, get your faith up. It's funny because before I was saying that and people were looking at me like I was, had lost my marbles. But the greatest thing is that's right, Raymond. Yes, say it loud. The greatest thing about that is that, this message has to start somewhere. And when you look at Faith Leisure, this little yellow dot is not just a dot. This is actually a mustard seed. That's a whole purpose that this was chosen as a logo because when you sow a seed, there's a process that happens, okay? Um, there's this song that Charity Gale has out called um, Field of Doubt. It says, when you're in a field of doubt, when life throws sand and dirt and muck all over you, sow a seed of faith. Why? I mean, because that is what is going to bring you promise. And there's another T that I'm working in production with my team on, and it's actually about sowing a seed of faith. Like when you sow seeds of faith in your heart, when you believe above all else that with your faith, that one seed, even one of these mustard seeds, Jesus said, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could speak to a mountain and you could tell that mountain to move and then it would move. But imagine if you had taken the faith and to just sow a seed of something that God gave you, a passion, a project, ministry, mission, missionary, missionhood. I know that's a word, but words are failing me. But imagine if once God gives you the seed for that thing, you hang on to it. And just like in the song, it's like, when you're in the field of doubt, plant a seed of faith. Now, that seed in and itself might seem singular, but imagine the power and imagine what God can do with one seed when you nurture it properly. If you think about a seed, what happens with it? It it's buried. It's in a dark place for quite a while. It's in and it's in a place almost of solitude, I would say, because you can't put a whole lot of seeds together. You got to space them apart, right? Just like each of us, God put a seed of something and a purpose in each and every one of us. And in order for that seed to really grow, it's got to be set apart for a certain amount of time. And then even in that time of being separated and set apart, just know that when you have that moment where it seems like nothing's going on with you, or when it just seems like life is just raining a flood on you, know that that's necessary. It's part of growing. The seed has to get watered at some time. There's got to be a storm at some place in time in order for that seed to get nourished, to break through the ground, and then to grow. Now, the beautiful thing about it is from one seed, a whole lot of things can happen. Faith is that way. It's multiplied the more that you take care of it. And so that's why every single message, every piece of clothing in Faith Leisure is here to encourage not me, but the wearer that, build your faith up, sow that seed so much that, when life is pouring dirt on you and water on you and it just seems like you can have no way out, trust and believe that you are going to break through the soil at some point in time. And then when you do, and you're basking in the sunlight, when you're basking in the rays, within everybody's coming to you talking about, oh, how your life is so good. You know what it was like in the soil. You know what it was like in the dirt. Nobody else might know, but you know what it was like to go through that season of, battling against fears and doubt and unbelief. But you also knew that the sun was there. Even when the water was pouring on you, you also knew that the sun was going to come out. And the beautiful thing about that is that with that one seed, if you think about, I know my pastor, Pastor Al, he loves to talk about a watermelon seed. He's from North Carolina, but a watermelon seed, one watermelon seed, you plant it, you get a plant. But that one watermelon that is produced by that seed has hundreds of seeds in it. And when those seeds are planted, it then multiplies over and over again. And that's the point of Faith Leisure. That's the whole idea of this. One of you wears something of Faith Leisure, and then you share it with somebody else. The point of this clothing is to provoke conversations with people that you don't know, people who've never heard of Faith Leisure, who have no idea what does it mean to be a Christian and to refuse to live in faith, to choose to shut the fear up. That's your opportunity to share this message with them. And then just like that one watermelon seed, you grow into a watermelon that has a whole bunch of little seeds, and then those little seeds get planted somewhere else, and then it just grows exponentially. And some of us may not be watermelons. Some of us might be apples. An apple only has 4 or 5 seeds, but guess what? If one of those seeds becomes an apple tree, now there's hundreds of apples being produced from that one seed, and now each one of them can become a tree and grow and grow and grow. And so when God gave me the vision for Faith Leisure, I wanted to be a good steward. Anybody that knows me knows, like, I'm not a perfectionist per se. I know a lot of people would probably argue about that. But not really. I really care about what God did for me because He didn't have to save me. I made a lot of choices in my life that could have very easily gotten me completely off track. But the grace of God is what has saved me. So that is what equips me to have faith. That is what equipped me last year to start this. I'm sorry, the year before last to start this company, to have faith to know that it would grow organically, that I would have to plant seeds. And even when a Mona said, I am a watermelon. That's right, Mona. Go ahead and take that. I believe you, sis. You are a watermelon. um, when you take that seed that God gives you and you allow it, let Him bury it. Allow yourself to be buried for a moment, not in fear, but in faith. Allow yourself to be deluged with water, to let the water of the world, the storms of life, if for a moment, let it pour on you for a second, because when you do, you're going to get nourished in that eventually. You're going to feel the warmth of the sun eventually. And then when you do, just like the words of FaithLeisure, you're going to build your faith up so much that you're going to spread it in your leisure time. It's just like flowers. You know, flowers grow and then they bloom and then they have seeds, and all of it takes is just the blow of the wind. And all of those little seeds go into the air and then they propagate and spread all over the place. And that's what each of us is meant to do. God has called us to build our faith, to get your faith up. Yes, that is the tagline. That is one of the catchphrases of us here at FaithLeisure. Hello, Hollywood, Java. Nice to see you guys. I love seeing small businesses support other small businesses. But that's what you guys are going to see here on Friday when we go to Fourth Fridays in downtown Fayetteville this coming Friday from 6 to 9. We're going to be taking the message. We're going to be asking people live, what has faith done for you? What have you done? Yes, Laura, a dandelion. That's right. Absolutely. What has faith done for you? What has your faith in Jesus caused you to rise up through, rise up above? And how can that message inspire someone else? So I want to thank everybody for coming on, every small business, every person, every friend, every customer. I am telling you from the bottom of my heart, hello, Linda, Dr. Major Brown. Um, Everything inside of you is there for a reason. If there's anybody listening today, right now, or later when we broadcast this, um, if you're thinking, okay, I got saved, I'm not going to hell, but there's nothing really special about me, that is a lie from the pit of hell. Like, listen to me when I tell you this. That's a lie. Every single one of us is a seed, a facet, a version of God's magnificence, because He's already said we were made in His image. So I don't think He gave you that just for you to sit back on your blessed assurance and do nothing about it. And trust me, I'm going to tell you right now, fam, please do not buy, do not support, don't wear FaithLeisure if you ain't ready to talk about your faith. And I'm not challenging, well, yeah, I kind of am challenging, but what I'm saying is that this message has to get out. It can't just be me. And even though today, with my FaithLeisure Instagram being hacked, guess what? My Facebook isn't, and I'm still here. My personal Instagram isn't, and I'm still here. Guess what? The YouTube isn't, and we're still here. So I'm just going to ask each of you one thing and one thing only that I seek for the moment. Yes, I do seek to be with the Lord, but I need each and every one of you to help with is on our YouTube page. It's very simple. Please, I ask each and every one of you if you could go and subscribe on FaithLeisure. It's if you just go to YouTube and type in FaithLeisure, FaithLeisure. I'm going to try to share that in the comments here on Facebook and on Instagram. If you go to YouTube and just type in FaithLeisure, the reason I'm asking you guys this is because we need to get to 50 subscribers before we can go live. And I definitely believe that we can do that through the power of God's body. FaithLeisure is not just to be a clothing brand that Tiffany created. Faith Leisure is actually meant to be a community of people encouraging one another to not give in to fear, to continue to walk in faith, to live a life worth dying for. When you hear me say that on the YouTube podcast, that's not like, oh, I would die for this. That's not what that means. When I say to live a life worth dying for, every day that we wake up, we're supposed to die to this flesh. And why get up and tell God and declare to the devil, oh, I'm going to die to my flesh, if you're not going to do anything with the power that he gave you? That's why in every let me write this in here, youtube.com/@FaithLeisure. Everyone online today here on the live, if you guys could please do me a solid and sign up for or subscribe to the YouTube broadcast so that we can actually go live this Friday. Guys, this is going to be an amazing thing. I don't think we've ever had anything like this in Fayetteville, which, if you didn't know, and I've been doing some research on it, kind of getting some sort of conflicting stories, but essentially, I believe in French, the word Fayetteville means city of faith. Fayetteville, I believe, is how you would say that in French, but it means a city of faith. And so what better way for God to choose to bring Faith Leisure to pass than in a place called the city of faith? And so I wanted to come on live today to share this with you guys. I got out of the studio. My studio's upstairs in my office, and I came down here. You guys are kind of seeing the I won't say the sweatshop, but you're seeing where everything is made, every garment of clothing. I've got my big press here, and my little blue machine right here. I think the Facebook people can see it, the Instagram can't, but Instagram can see the big mama. The beautiful thing about this is that every single item of clothing from Faith Leisure is personally prayed for the wearer. Not just for the Lord to continue to make you rich and add no sorrow, because his word says the blessing of the Lord makes you rich and add no sorrow, but also that God gives you and equips you and girds you with the strength to continue to take this message forward. I'm going to be real. I don't even have 1,000 followers. So how am I starting? Oh, I'm sorry, that was kind of loud for you guys. How am I starting a lifestyle brand without even 1,000 followers? It seems impossible, but what is impossible to man is possible with God. And that's what Faith Leisure is all about. I intend to use the superpower that God gave me, which is encouraging other people, which is being, the wind to help you blow your seeds out into everywhere in your life. I'm encouraging each of you to keep going, to keep striving. Jesus did not die just for you to continue to live in fear right after you chose to live in the freedom and liberty that he gave for you to have. So why give the devil credit? Why give him any more edge in your life by choosing not to walk in faith? And so that's what Faith Leisure is about. Yes, it's small. It's grassroots right now, but I'm telling you guys, I'm so glad you're here today, because you part of the OG crew, okay? Like, you guys are gonna be like the first ones whenever God takes this wherever it's going. And I'm not trying to claim anything, but I don't doubt God for one thing in the world. He can take this globally if he wants to. I just ask that he help me to never get in his way and to be a good steward of that. But to know that you guys were here at the beginning, to know that you are here. What's that, Mona? I am in liberty. Oh, that's right. You are in liberty, Aunt Davita. Mona says, good food will draw a crowd. You've got good bread for life, sis. They will come by faith. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. And I also believe that each of you, as agents of change, as, world changers and ambassadors for Jesus as well, when you wear Faith Leisure, and I'm saying this honestly, you're not an extension of me. You're an extension. You're the hands and feet of Jesus. We are taking this, whether it's the Juneteenth collection, speaking of the freedom and liberty that Jesus died to bring African Americans to, was finally made knowledgeable to them so that they could walk in it. I applaud you for supporting Faith Leisure. whether you're doing the Saints and Legends collection, or you're wearing one of the All Faith, No Fear shirts, or even in the soon to be released Get Up, Wake Up, Shut Up, Live Life and Repeat shirts. There's so many things coming down the pipeline, but it all starts with each of you. It's all really being funded by you guys. You guys are the ones who are doing this. So whether you liked a shirt, whether you bought a shirt, whether you signed up on Instagram or Faith Leisure at YouTube, or here on Facebook, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'm so ecstatic for every local small business that is supporting on Instagram, and to Lalowall 12. I think I know your face, but I can't tell you about a handle. But I'm so glad that you're on tonight. All of my Facebook fam, you guys are really keeping me going. And I honestly, one last thing before I go, when each of you go to oh, Slim, thank you. Yes, we're up there, guys, for YouTube. We only need like five or six more people for the YouTube to go live on Fridays. So thank you so much, Slim. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Guys, I believe God is doing some miraculous things, and it doesn't take miraculous people to be used by a miraculous God. You just got to have faith, guys. That's what he's telling us. That's what he's encouraging each and every one of us to do, is to just have faith. We have faith, he's going to take care of all the rest. So, you don't need to be worried about, you having to come on YouTube unless God calls you to that. Or being the owner and producer and all the other hats that I wear for a lifestyle brand. You just be you. One of the most amazing things is that God has created you to be you. You have no competition in the entire world, because there's nobody else in this world greater at being you than you. Chase, you said, what's the name on YouTube? It is Faith Leisure, FaithLeisure. So if you just look for Faith Leisure, when you go into YouTube, it should come up. If you Google Faith Leisure, I think it's the third option right under the website and Instagram. Said no problem battle. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that so much. Guys, I'm telling you, Friday is going to be amazing. Yes, uniquely fashion done, Faith Leisure, but one word, all together on one word, Faith Leisure. Like I said, everybody, I apologize. I wasn't able to get it on my Instagram. It got hacked literally an hour before I went live. But bless God, we're going to go live anyway, because I know the devil probably don't want me sharing this, but I'm going to have faith and I'm going to walk it out anyway. So, yes, I feel like I'm dragging on. If you guys have questions right now, you want to throw them in the chat. If you want to ask me any questions about the clothing line, any of the designs, where we're going to be Friday night at downtown Fayetteville for Fourth Fridays, will be right in front of, there's a beautiful son of God named Marquette. He has game day apparel in downtown Fayetteville. We'll be set up right in front of his shop. And I'm gonna bring all of the designs that I have, and I pray to God we're gonna sell out. We're gonna be going live, asking the question, what has faith done for you lately? Obviously, faith in Jesus. And we'll be broadcasting that on YouTube. Prayerfully, we're going to have the 50 subscribers that we need. I already see some of y'all are hopping in there now and pushing the subscribe button, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And it's moments like this that keep me going. It's moments like this that show me and keep me accountable to keep my faith up. What are the three things that we do here on Faith Leisure? Get your faith up, shut the fear up, and live a life worth dying for. Because that's what Jesus did. He died for you to live in the freedom of liberty, the freedom of truth, the freedom of no bondage, no fear, no anxieties. And so that's what Faith Leisure is about. Yeah, the Juneteenth collection is, releasing us from the bondage of slavery, African Americans at least, but also some of our European ancestors, because slavery for some people I can't imagine the type of psychological and demonic warfare it would take to keep another human being in slavery in that day. And so, just hey Chase, I see you subscribed. Hey, thank you, fam. um God, Jesus died for the freedom and liberty of all. So anyone can support, anyone can come out and buy, even if you're just driving down downtown Fayetteville and you just kind of want to come and see me, come give me a high five, come and get a freebie. Yes, I'm going to have a few freebies out there. Hello, Mr. Smith giveaway. um I'm going to have several things down there, capital F and capital L. Yes, that's right. I see you, Mona, new subby. Thank you so much. We're going to take this message to the ends of the earth. And I honestly, I'm so thankful for each of you for coming here. I'm so thankful for each of you showing your subscribing and sharing your time with me. I know that that is not easy. Even in, what is it, like the NBA playoffs and everybody's getting ready and the game's about to come on. I realize all that. And I'm so thankful for each and every person. So for every person who bought a shirt, for every person who liked a post, for every person who subscribed, for everybody who just shared the message of Faith Leisure, I am clearly and truly indebted to you. This is your company as much as it is mine. And I'm so glad that God chose us for such a time as this to take his message forward. So I'm going to wrap this up as we always do here at Faith Leisure. If you've seen any of the podcasts, you already know what I'm about to say. So if you know it, go ahead and put it in the chat. There's 3 things that we do every single day that the Lord gives you breath to see another day. And that is before your feet hit the ground. Number 1, get your faith up. Put your faith in God's word. Build your spirit, man, with the word of God. That is how we get our faith up. Number 2, before you see somebody and don't brush your teeth, shut the fear up. Go ahead and tell the devil before you start your day that this is a day of the Lord and you shall be glad in it and fear has no place. And number 3, as always, we close out every single video. Live a life worth dying for. We die to our flesh every single day. Why? Because somebody paid the price for you to do so. Jesus died for you to live in the freedom and liberty, away from your sins, away from bondage and fear and oppression. And it's time that we all walk in that. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm so excited for this journey. I'm so excited. I'm going to be sending some personal thank you notes to all of the packages tomorrow. And I thank you guys for your time tonight. Stay blessed, not be blessed. Stay blessed. Encourage someone tomorrow to get their faith up. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Nope, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I will see you guys on Friday live on YouTube. Have a blessed night, everybody. Thank you.